No negative words. Flawless, beautiful, gorgeous, radiant, blushing. Those are the words we use.
Okay. Bye.
Elasticity.
Elasticity.
That one too.
Elastic. Hi ladies, so today's video is going to be another beauty at all ages video, this time with my gorgeous mommy as my model. So we're just going to jump right into her look. I'm going to start off with her eyebrows, which takes a lifetime and a half because she was a victim of the 90s and they're basically non-existent. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Brow Wiz, actually hers in the shade Caramel, and we're going to go ahead and just fill them in as best we can. If you're a victim of the 90s, don't feel so bad. It happened to the best of us, or not me, I was too little, but to the best of you. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in her brows. It takes a very long time, but it's possible, so just practice with it and you will be fine. And don't mind her, she's like really picky about her brows, so this like took a lifetime, like I said. But we're gonna fill them in and then I'm gonna carve them out with some concealer. She doesn't normally do this on an everyday basis, but she does like for me to do it when I do her makeup because it just makes them look a lot neater and more precise and just cleans them up a little bit. So I went in and did that and then touched them up a bit after the concealer. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer on the eyelids, just on a beauty blender as kind of an eyeshadow primer. Concealer is a great tool as an eyeshadow primer. You don't have to get a specific eye primer because concealer will do great. But then I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie. It's just a really light kind of orangey shade. And we're going to blend this right in the crease on an E40 brush as our transition shade. We're going to go with like very warm orange and copper tones in her eyes because of her gorgeous blue eyes. It really is going to complement anybody that has blue eyes. So that's why we went with this look on her. So I'm just blending that to make sure that all of the other colors will blend in with it nicely. So you just want to buff that out as much as possible throughout the entire crease. And then I'm going to take this shade, I think it's called Fawn from Makeup Geek. It's that really nice orangey kind of terracotta shade in the middle of that palette there. I'm going to take this on an E25 and I'm going to blend it mostly on the outer corner. And then we're going to kind of feather it into the crease. This is going to add some depth and build up some dimension in the eyes. It's going to add some shadow and just, like I said, create a lot of dimension. And you want to make sure with that brush that you're blending it seamlessly into the peach smoothie that we put down before so that nothing looks harsh or choppy. And then I'm going to take that really nice coppery shimmery shade that was in that palette before and I'm just going to place this on the lid, or on the kind of outer third or the outer 2/3 of the lid on a flat shader brush. I'm going to do this because it's going to make the blue eyes really pop, but I didn't want to do it on the whole lid because I didn't want it to be too dark. So I just took it on that kind of outer 2/3 region and patted it on. When you're using shimmery shades like this, it's really best to pat it and not swipe it because it will just adhere to the eye a lot better. So just pat, and it'll go on fine. And then I went in with that lighter kind of golden shade and I put this on the inner corner of the lid, or not the inner corner, but the inner third of the lid, and made sure to blend it in with the copper shade. It really brought a lot more light to the eyes than if you just did the copper shade on the lid, but it's still kind of tied into the whole color family, so it still looked great on her blue eyes. So we're just going to go in with that shade on the inner third and then make sure to kind of go back in with a little bit of the copper just to make sure that it blends nicely. Then I took a really nice, like a little bit shimmery, darker brown just on the outer corner. I think I used Bada Bing, or I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Brown Sugar from Makeup Geek. And I just took that on the outer corner with this short shader brush and just kind of feathered it into the outer corner. It is going to look a little bit choppy at first, but you just want to take any other blending brush and make sure that it isn't choppy. Then I went in with Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek, which is just a nice like cream highlight shade. I went with a matte cream shade rather than a shimmery one, just so that nothing looked crazy or too much on her eyes. And then I went in with an eyelash curler and curled her lashes so that we can move on to mascara and a little bit of falsy action. So I just curled them, and then I went in with the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. It doesn't actually matter what mascara you use whatever is your favorite or your mom's favorite, whatever, it doesn't matter. You just want to get a nice coat on there to kind of darken the lashes in preparation for falsies. And then I went in and popped on 4 different individual false lashes on each of her eyes. So just kind of space them out according to your eye shape. You can use 4 or 5 10, however many you want. I just did 4 for her because I wanted them to be nice and flirty and long, but not like too dramatic or anything. I also didn't go in with any liner because, I don't know, I like her eyes without liner. I think it's a little bit too heavy with the liner, so I just went in with lashes straight away and popped those on. Individual lashes take a lot more time and effort, but they look absolutely gorgeous. Now moving on to the skin, we're going to take a smoothing face primer because she does have a little bit of pores. She really doesn't have that much, but she thinks she does. So we went in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and this is a great primer to fill in your pores and just makes your skin feel so nice and smooth. So I went in with my fingers and just popped that on her skin. Obviously, if you don't want to use your fingers, you can use a brush or even the Beauty Blender, but just get it on there. That's the only part that's important. And then I went in with her foundation. Her favorite foundation is the Hourglass Veil Fluid. I think that's what it's called. Sorry about my phone. But I just went in with a Beauty Blender and put that on the skin. This is a great foundation if you have freckles because it makes them show through, and it's like a gorgeous kind of medium coverage. It has a great dewy luminous finish on the skin, like a natural luminous finish, and it just makes your skin just look like your skin but times a million, like so much better. It's one of my favorite foundations too, but it's hella expensive, so she buys it because she's a fancy mom and she can. Then I went in with some concealer under the eyes and on the high points of the face and stuff to highlight and conceal. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. It is me and Mom's new absolute obsession, like it's our new favorite concealer. And then I just went in and blended it out with a Beauty Blender because this is the best tool ever, especially if you have drier skin. This is like the best makeup tool you can ever invest in, is a Beauty Blender. I highly recommend it to basically everyone, but especially if you have drier skin, which Mom does have. And then I just went in with a little bit of the 2 lighter shades in the NYX contour palette. Just use any light powder that's finely milled and set wherever you put that concealer. Don't have to set the whole face, especially if you have dry skin, but you do want to set that concealer in place so that nothing creases or budges or moves around or anything like that. So I just went in and put a powder right on top of where we put that concealer, but nowhere else because I didn't want it to look too powdery or cakey, obviously. Then I went in with a satin finish bronzer and I bronzed up the perimeter of her face just to add a little bit of color back into it and some warmth. So you want to go around the forehead, which Mom has a really tiny forehead, so I tend to take a lot less than I would on myself around her forehead because her forehead is so super tiny and mine is so super huge. But I'm just going to go in and bronze, and then I took a cooler tone shade and used that on a flat definer brush to go ahead and chisel out her cheekbones and around her nose and stuff, because you don't want to use a warm shade for this. It's going to look a little bit muddy and weird. You do want to go in with a cool shade, but you don't want to use only a cool shade on your face because it is going to look a little bit weird and kind of like your face is a little bit dead. So you want to do the 2-step process. Then I went in with this blush. It's like a nice, like deeper coral color, but it has a lovely gold shimmer running through it. It's an Inglot shade. I'll list it down below, but it just looks gorgeous on her skin. You just buff that on the cheeks and it gives a really nice flush to the cheeks. She thought I put a little bit too much, so I had to blend it out, but I absolutely love this color, especially on her. Then I went in with a cream color base by MAC in the shade Hush, and this is going to be our first layer of glow on her skin. She loves when I make her like a hella glow, like crazy highlight. So I went in and layered it. So I first put Hush on with a Beauty Blender on the high points of the face, and then I went in with this e.l.f. baked highlighter in Moonlit Pearl, I think it's called, and I just went right on top, and it was like ultimate glow. She loved it. So I just went in and did that, and then made sure to blend everything out because you want to just make sure that everything is nice and seamless. And then back to the eyes, I took that same fawn shade that we used in the crease, and on a flat definer, I pressed it into the lower lashes. This is going to enhance the blue in her eyes and then also going to define her eyes without being too harsh, because this is a fairly wearable look and I didn't want to do anything too harsh, especially on the lower lash line, because if you have dark circles or like lines under there, it's going to enhance that if you do something too dark. So I just went in with that nice terracotta shade, and then I took a little bit of Peach Smoothie on a pencil brush just to blend it out and make sure that nothing was choppy or unblended or anything like that. So I just took a little bit on the pencil brush and made sure it was nice and smooth. And then I took the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light and lined her waterline. This really opened up her eyes and just made everything look a little bit brighter. And then I took a little bit of Shimma, which is a shimmery highlight shade, and put that on the inner corner, once again adding light to the eyes and brightening everything up. And then I took a little bit of that Jordana mascara and just hit her lower lashes with it just to finish off the eyes. I definitely recommend putting mascara on your lower lashes. I know a lot of people that don't, and I don't understand why. It just opens the eyes so much. So then I went in with this Rimmel lip liner in the shade Spice, and I went in and lined her lips. I went a little bit over, I overdrew them a little bit, but not anything crazy, just to make them a little bit more plump and kind of perfect the shape of her lips, which I actually didn't. I actually messed up and it was like a little bit lopsided at first, but I went in and lined her lips, and then I always like to fill in the outer corners of the lips just to kind of shade them. It makes them look a little bit more pouty and a little bit more contoured, I guess you could say. And then I went in with this like pinky nude shade. This is Nude Cream by Milani, and just filled in her lips with it. We went with the nude because she likes nude lips. That's just the lip she normally goes for, and me too. So we went in with that. And then I topped it off with the Buxom White Russian lip gloss, which is both of our favorite lip glosses. So I just put that right on top so everything was nice and glossy, and it helps blend the lipstick and the lip liner together also. And this is where I went in and perfected the lip liner because I messed it up. And then I went in with a lip brush and made sure everything was nice and blended. And to finish the entire makeup look off, I just took a healthy spraying of Fix Plus and sprayed her whole face with it. This is an amazing setting spray if you have dry skin, so I definitely recommend it. But once you do that, you are oh wait, she wanted another spray. She didn't have enough Fix Plus to begin with. So yeah, once you do that, you're basically done with this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give this a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Let me know if you want me to do more of these beauty at all ages videos, and I definitely will get them out to you. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Why do you rub it in like that?
Because you gotta rub it into a circular motion so it pumps up these lines, fine lines.
You are so smart. Like, you're the smartest of the smart. Look at you. It's like you're moisturizing your mustache.
Oh, let's Google those words.
What words?
The words that are appropriate for you for the description of my complexion.
Old lady skin, is that it?
This is not going in the video. You're not calling me mature, aged.
What am I calling you then?
This is a Mother's Day makeup tutorial. Why do you have to describe me as old?
I've
I
described
don't
you
look
some
my
way.
age.
How old are you?
It doesn't matter. I really won't look my age when you're done with me. That's the point.